to The Pod Has Spoken. A brief hiatus, not too long, because we were around in December. We are back, and we are very excited to talk season 50. It's coming. It's coming quickly. Survivor social media is reminding us almost daily, as are many, many players, myself included. And we are going to start breaking down the tribes. Last year, we did a shallow dive into cast of season 50 with Mallory. And we've been sharing those clips, getting a lot of mileage from them. But now our content is new. And today we have a very special guest. She is a rock of the ringer, right? Juliet, you would say a rock?
I don't know. I don't know that I would say it, but I hope
figurehead?
others do.
Yes. Tell us everything you're covering at the Ringer. I know you're eating food. I know you're covering the traders.
Yes. I host a few podcasts. I host Bachelor Party, which covers reality TV, not just The Bachelor. So right now we're doing the traders, and also Tell Me Lies on Hulu. Not reality. Very good though. Very good, debatable. I also cover celebrities on Ringer Dish and food on Food News. But yes, I'm also like a big Survivor fan, basically since season 2. I started with season 2. I've obviously watched since then. And I also watch a ton of football. Therefore, I've been seeing all of the Survivor 50 commercials. And CBS is just going hard. I'm really excited.
What do you think the crossover is between football fans and Survivor?
I think it's high. I think that football has the highest crossover with reality TV. There's a lot of Bachelor football crossover.
Yeah.
And also, I feel like now Survivor is like a family show. And so I think there's a lot of crossover with people who are just hanging out on Sundays with the TV on the background, listening to the sweet tones of Jim Nantz and Tony Romo.
Yeah. Is Survivor more of a family show than it used to be?
Oh, I for sure think so. I mean, I have a lot of friends that watch Survivor with their kids now.
I started watching when I was a kid. I was watching it like AG.
Weren't those people watching it as kids, though?
I don't know. I didn't watch with my parents, but I always watched. That's an interesting question. But like,
my parents would have loved me to watch it with them.
There was definitely more of like an edge to it back in the day. Like I remember watching it and being like, "Oh, this is
like Jeff's like take your top off for peanut butter."
Yeah, and I remember as a kid being like, "What is happening?"
But that was
like, this is insane.
That was okay back then. That was still family friendly enough back then. For some reason, I wouldn't like if my kids saw that. I'd be like, "Turning it off. Let's watch something else." Flippy, you get to watch Flippy again.
A friend of mine was like wanted to watch with her kids who are 6 and 8, and she's like, "What season should I watch?" And I was like, "I don't feel like I can really recommend one of the first 20 seasons for a 6-year-old." So I went with 47, which I think is a pretty good one.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a safe one. Yeah, then I do think it's gotten. I think it was kid friendly back then, for what kid friendly standards were back then. But now, those like first 20 seasons, like you said, are not necessarily family friendly anymore.
Yeah, like basically when like you had to be in a bikini, right? Like if you were a woman.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
you had to be in a bikini. There was more bullying for sure. They showed bullying. The bullying's still happening. They just aren't showing it anymore.
Who's the most infamous bully in Survivor history? I've never thought about that.
I mean, maybe Russell.
Yeah, I was thinking Russell.
Maybe Jean Robert too.
There was also that Sarge and the former NBA basketball player that was super tall, and they were picking at some people would say
yes,
Sierra, even
Scott Pollard and
Scott Pollard.
Right, Scott Pollard.
Those guys were total bullies, like bullies.
Was that the one where they were throwing they're like putting out the fire and stuff? And
no, there was a blonde girl that they just absolutely despised, and they were just like. But I mean, it was a similar edit to me versus Sierra, probably. If I'm being honest.
Does Survivor need bullying to come back, or is this...
No, I don't think so. My daughter is actually really funny because she can watch any horrific thing on TV. Like she's not scared by Goosebumps or any of those like kid-friendly scary stuff. But if there is a bully in the film, she will not watch. She will leave the room. Like we watched Luca, the Disney film.
Oh,
and there's that like little bully kid who's like got like pimples on his face and he's just like kind of looks like a rat. She will not. She's like, nope, I'm not watching this because that kid's mean.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So maybe.
So pure of heart. That's beautiful.
I know. But she'll watch a vampire movie and she has just like, it's so funny. She's
Until
like,
the vampires are mean to somebody.
They're mean.
Yeah.
As soon as somebody gets mean, she is out of there. So I think Survivor does not need the bullying to answer your question. I'm sure it's present. I'm sure that there are modern day bullies in the new era. And now it will be my goal and mission to figure out who they are by talking to everyone on the cast.
Well, like, I just on the topic of 47, one of my favorite seasons, I feel like they would have showed Andy being bullied if bullying was still like a storyline. And then said like he was positioned as more of like.
But he did get bullied. You don't.
I'm sure he did. But I
Somebody
feel
was like, you're an idiot. Yeah.
Survivor definitely like now prefers to pull out like eccentricity, I think, versus bullying. I find some of the like eccentric like fascination quite grating, but and also like it's like become like a different kind of like fetish almost with the show.
It is.
But yeah. But
and it's empowering people who shouldn't be as empowered for their eccentricities. Should like just be normal.
Yeah, like Rizgot.
We don't need you to run around acting like that. And I'm sorry that you got celebrated for it. Just fit in with the Gen Pop a little bit here. And then they're like, you just don't get me. You're like, maybe that's it. I don't know. So
then,
what's the meaning?
Then it becomes like a crying of like, nobody ever got me. Like, trial, you know?
Exactly.
When we get like a 30-year-old that's like, this brings me back to high school or whatever, I'm like, you got to move on.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah. That's, I mean, if you're the common denominator and everyone telling you that something is wrong with you, then
there might be a you problem.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't want to say it. Juliet said it. Let's get into our first tribe here. We let Juliet choose the tribe we would cover. And it is is it Cila?
I thought it was Cila.
Cila.
I thought it was Cila too.
I didn't listen to anybody say it. I'm just reading it.
Same. We're all guessing.
Cila, the Cila tribe. Juliet had 2 reasons she wanted to cover this tribe. So we will get into those 2 first. Who do you want to start with? Cirie or Ozzy?
Well,
why do they get to be on the same tribe? They've been on the same tribes before.
Is it controversial to say that my favorite season of Survivor is season 12?
No, that's the Survivor's fault. It's not you. That's the Survivor made that.
Well, I think
controversial. Why?
2 years. So Survivor is Cook Islands, which was when they first divided the tribes by race, which would I think absolutely never happen now.
Yeah.
The reason I found that season so compelling is because of the mutiny that happens when it comes down to the 4 of Yul, Sandra, Ozzy, and Becky. And like, I remember where I was when that happened. And I also was like obsessed with Yul and with Ozzy. Like I really loved both of them. And I believe that's Parvati's first season too.
Yep.
Right. And I had Parvati on my reality pod, like when I got like 2 years ago, I guess, or maybe a year and a half ago when it was like her book had just been announced, but it was like 6 months out from coming out.
Right.
And I had told her, like, I was like, just so you know, my favorite season of Survivor is Cook Islands. And she was like floored. She was like, I didn't know that was anyone's favorite season. But I think I also was like the right age. I was 20 and I was like, I just remember watching it and it was just like, it was like a big deal to me. So and my college roommates and I were like so obsessed with Ozzy. We like looked him up. I think I like joined MySpace to like add him as a friend on MySpace.
Did he accept?
I think he may have. Also, that was in the era of Survivor where being such a good swimmer was such a huge advantage. I mean, it still is an advantage, right? Like,
I mean, hardly. Maybe once a season if you're lucky. Maybe twice.
I think it's still helpful with fishing though, right? And like Ozzy was really good with the spear.
Yeah, the best.
I don't know, like
that stuff.
Totally. So like when he came into my life, it was just like a huge deal. So
yeah,
I'll never. And I have to also just like reiterate, I love Yul still.
Yeah.
I was disappointed he didn't do better at Winners at War.
I wasn't.
Of course. But, I also just thought like his whole story was cool, and seeing the friendship between the four of them. I said Sandra, it's Sandra. I apologize.
Oh, right.
They were,
yeah.
It was just like such a cool storyline. So I'm glad that even though that season is like inherently deeply flawed and kind of a crazy idea here in 2026, like I'm glad it's represented in Survivor 50.
My favorite moment of Survivor is still from that season.
Which one? Oh, and also there was the showman.
It's when Billy Garcia tells Candace.
Oh, yeah. Tells Jeff, I found love on the island.
True love on the island. And I try to, in my daily life, use that all the time when somebody says like, oh, we love you. I love you too. Or like, that's exact. Like she was like, oh, he's like, I think it's me tonight. And Candace like, oh, Billy, we love you. Our tribe loves you. And he's like, I love you too. And then you could see him just, oh my God, it was so great.
Good.
I love that's if
Candace yeah. I mean, Candace is also a legend. Like it has a lot of returning players. So obviously Parv, Candace. Yeah. Penner. He was part of the mutiny. He was so awkward in that when he like stepped onto the mat or whatever.
Yeah.
I think Adam came back a second time too. He was in the mix or something. I don't know. It's just a legendary season. And I also remember the shorts that Candace wore. I thought she was really cool. I don't know. It just looms large for me. So I love Ozzy. But the thing about Ozzy and being in 50, I don't think Ozzy's actually a good player, especially not in the new era. I don't think he's like devious enough. And I think that like, to your point we just had, he was a star when your athletic prowess really got you further than it does now.
And it's when it mattered to the audience.
Yeah.
And I don't know that athletic prowess is celebrated by the audience as much, and you don't have as many opportunities to showcase it either.
Right. Yeah. So like, I don't think Ozzy is a contender to win the season at all. Like I would put him in, I don't even know that he makes the merge.
Do you like that he's here? Do you think that this was a good choice by production? And what is your prediction for what Ozzy is going to do on camera? Like, what are we going to get from Ozzy?
I think Ozzy will be sort of like the kind of like space cadet that he is. Like I remember on season 12, he was the fan favorite, so he won the car.
Yeah.
And he was like, it was early in the hybrid car days, and he was like, I think I can get this car as a hybrid. Great news. Like, I just feel like he's interested in kind of like, he's like very like of the earth, I think.
Yeah.
And I feel like he will bring that. I also just think that he will be like a kind of counterweight to like the hardcore strategists in traders parlance, the gamers.
Yeah.
And so I bet that he will be like sort of used as like not oppositional, but like balancing out some of the newer players. He's very Survivor 1.0.
Yeah. And I guess for season 50, we probably need some 1.0 players to like go out there and be 1.0 still to see how that mixes with everyone else. I'm torn on Ozzy. I like Ozzy. But is he going to bring something different? Is he going to change? I did see some interviews, just blurbs of them, where he had supposedly hit rock bottom somewhere at some point. And so he's rebounding now. He's reborn. He's moved to Mexico and changed his life. So maybe that was the intrigue for Survivor, putting him on the season was, let's see how different he is.
Interesting.
I like
rock bottom in what sense? Like addiction?
I don't know. I mean, he was
I'm going to look it up right now.
He was on OnlyFans.
He had been on a Playgirl television show when I was in college too.
Yeah.
Like I think that's been part of his
career. It's been, for the bulk of it. I don't know if that was part of his rock bottom. I know that he was working in the restaurant industry and also had some bad experiences there. So I don't fully know what his rock bottom was because that's all I saw was the headline, Juliet. I just talked about
I'm looking at this right now. It's from Entertainment Weekly.
Yeah, he's talked a bit about like evolving for this season, which I feel like he didn't really do for his previous, return appearances. Yeah. And that's what I always like to see with a returning player is some kind of arc. Tyson, you had like a total arc across your seasons, right? Of like maturity and change and growth. And so now we get, I mean, how old is Ozzy at this point? Well,
younger than he looks. Those cast photos did not do very many people justice.
He's 44.
He's 44. So I do not think he's going to be like challenge beast, and to the point we've been making, the challenges have changed too. A lot of puzzles now that, you know, never would have served him well. So he needs to come in with a different game. And he has talked about that a bit in some of the preseason press that I've seen. I'm kind of like, I wasn't that excited for Ozzy, but I am getting a little bit of buzz now, thinking like, oh, what if he can actually evolve and do something different and be like we said, is a 1.0 player, and he is, but maybe he can be Ozzy 2.0. That'd be kind of cool to see.
Yeah. I think for the people that I'm not hopeful or that I don't think will change, I'm hopeful that they will. So even if I'm looking at somebody, I'm like, we haven't seen anything from that person any different, but maybe this time it will be different. Or maybe this time their thing actually works and they prove the whole audience wrong. And we're like, I got up off the couch for the 7th time and it finally worked. Let's go to Cirie.
Okay.
Juliet.
I'd love to. Yeah, I'd love to.
Cirie is someone who doesn't need to evolve at all, I feel like.
You don't think?
Well,
just bring
She hasn't won.
Well, it'd be great if she won, but I'm like, as far as watching her on screen, I'm like, just be Cirie.
Okay, so here's the thing about Cirie. Did you guys watch her on The Traitors?
I did.
Yes.
She won The Traitors, which is insane. It's insane.
Yeah.
Like, it's insane not because... It's insane that I think that she is routinely underestimated so much that she goes far. Like, if I were on Survivor 50... if I were on Survivor 50, I would get her out first. Yep. I would just be like, Cirie, I love you.
Yeah.
But you must go. I think it's like, we talk about this on Bachelor Party a lot. Like, women, particularly women of color, are just routinely underestimated on these shows. And I think Cirie, I don't think anyone who's a Survivor, like, true fan would ever underestimate Cirie. People on The Traitors.
I don't think it's underestimation. I know Cirie personally. She's so disarming.
She's been on the pod a bunch.
Yeah. She's so disarming with her smile and her giggle, and it makes you feel good. And I believe that's what it is. I believe people get in there with the intent of she is dangerous. And then, but she's with me. She's dangerous, but she's with me. That's fine. And I do believe that that is her superpower. And because it doesn't fully translate to the screen, people who have never experienced her for the first time fall victim to it immediately.
I really hope she wins. Like, hands down, that's who I'm rooting for. I feel like, do you guys think she can go far? Like, with all of these, like, hardcore Survivor players?
I'm never going to doubt Cirie. Yeah, I think she can.
I think she can go far because, again, she'll be disarming. A lot of these newer players are super fans, and they just want to play with a legend who seems like they're on the same side. So I think she has that going for her. And she's not threatening to win challenges, even if it's a puzzle. She's just not. So it's like, we can get rid of Cirie at any moment we want to, if we need to. So if she can get close enough to the end where all of a sudden everyone's back, they're all backed into a corner and there's nowhere to go, maybe she has a chance.
That's such a good point, because I've noticed with Cirie, when it comes to like the Traitors and everything, she's really good at just adapting to everyone around her. Like, even when she's doing just a normal interview, people are laughing and giggling with her immediately, just having a great time with her. And I feel like when it comes to the new age survivors, a vibe is really important to them. So Cirie is really good at picking up vibes, understanding where people are going with stuff. And I think if she just, she's able to, because even when Ozzy is down for working with Cirie now, because he knows that she is really good with her social game. And social game is really big for the new age survivors. So if she just keeps up with that, I think she can go super far and maybe even win.
I really hope so. She obviously has like incredibly high EQ. Why do you think they put her and Ozzy on the same tribe, Tyson?
I don't know, because as I'm looking down this list, they have Jenna Lewis is there from old school.
Yeah,
Devens is old school there. Christian's there from old school. And I'm looking at some of the other tribes. I don't know. I do not know why they put them on the same tribe together. Maybe just for nostalgia purposes. They've
played together a couple times.
They played together. Yeah, I don't know either. I think, though, that if I'm on this tribe, I'm looking at those two. You have to, as you get on the island, you're just looking for any relationships that could possibly be. And yeah, there's Facebook, there's Instagram. Everybody's connected in some capacity now, but you have to look at who has a real relationship. And that would be a pairing that I would immediately clock as some duo to watch.
Yeah, I mean, they've been on 2 seasons together.
Yeah, but Cirie got Ozzy out on one of those seasons.
Yeah, on Micronesia, right?
Yeah.
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 A great one.
I don't know.
That's a great season.
Yeah, great season. I like this tribe. Yeah. I think that this tribe might be the strongest challenge tribe of all 3, which also bodes really well.
You think so?
For Cirie. Well, yeah.
It's got Savannah. There's Joe.
Savannah's a beast.
There's Ozzy.
Joe is very good. Ozzy may be very good at the swimming and whatnot.
You got Emily.
You don't think Cirie and is Emily good at challenges?
Puzzles.
On puzzles. Christian and Emily on puzzles.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got Cirie. Can Cirie, though, do enough to make sure that they still win?
Well, I think that this is what maybe
Why
happened.
It's built like this?
Yeah, this is like to help, make sure Cirie's tribe, is balanced. So I feel good about it.
They put the 8 best challenge people on one tribe with Cirie just to make sure that they're not losing everything.
I would do the exact same thing, and in fact, it'd be even more stacked. I'd have Jonathan on this tribe instead of Devens or something.
That's so funny.
I don't care how obvious it is.
Juliet, are we going to see anything new from Cirie? Is it going to be Cirie again, just disarming and charming and giggling and making everyone feel like she's with them all the way to the point she either wins or exits?
I just saw this quote from her where Carolyn made a comment about her. Carolyn said she got cut because they made room for the grannies, and the grannies were referring to Cirie.
Okay.
And Cirie was like, yeah, well, I'm here and you're not.
Yeah.
Maybe she'll come in a little bit more fiery and a little bit more trying to stake her sort of seniority in the Survivor world. But if I hope she doesn't change that much. Everything that she's done, you said you're right, she hasn't won before, but it's gotten her really far. And I feel like at this point in Survivor in particular, you basically need to make Final 4. So you don't even need to be focused on can I be the best one? And I think with Cirie, if you make Final 4, then you're likely to win. So I don't know that she needs to change her game. I feel like between her and Ozzy, would want to see her change more. And I just feel like the reason Surrey's on TV so much, and she's been on 4 seasons of Survivor, she's been on Traitors, she's in the mix, is because she's just so likable. So why deviate from that?
Yeah. I think that she has to stay the same, but also is the reason she's getting so far and not winning because she's not a threat to she's a person that I could vote out 6th or 7th every single season and take her that far and just make sure I get rid of her before the final tribal council and not have an issue, because I know that as long as I show her loyalty, she's going to show me loyalty until that point. I just can't have her in the final tribal council with me.
I feel like she needs to have a narrative similar to what Dee had a couple seasons ago, where Dee was actually, I did all of this and you guys didn't even know. Yeah. I feel like Cirie needs to just craft together the morsels of the things that she did, because she always does. She's always and just needs to present it in a very compelling way.
But how does she get past that 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th spot into the end?
I think that she needs to be in an alliance with younger people, basically. She needs to bridge the eras essentially, and needs to she should probably team up with Savannah. You know what I mean? Yeah. And that should be her target. But the thing that sucks is that she doesn't know that, right? Because she didn't see Savannah play.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Let's talk about Savannah.
Guys, I have to tell you, I didn't finish 49. Couldn't stand it. Bad season.
You couldn't stand it so much so that you just turned it off.
Yeah. I was just kind of I don't like this cast. I don't like how far they have gone with, like I said, the kind of eccentrics. I also don't care about all the time people spend at home watching Survivor. Like, that's great.
Yeah.
Me too. And it was just like too far for me. And I really like love Survivor. I had a baby last March. And so Survivor 48 was like, kept me going in the beginning, like the earliest newborn days. Like when I had an episode of Survivor to watch, I was like elated. I was like, this is giving me the energy I need to stay awake right now. Okay. And so I really is such a soft spot for Survivor, but 49 just didn't do it.
Wow.
Okay. Well,
I've heard, I met Savannah because I watched the first half of the season.
Yep.
But yeah, I didn't see her through to the end.
Yeah. I think one of the issues with 49, the hype around 50 was so big, it just drowned out anything. And the expectations and like you had, and we already knew who was going to be on season 50. Yeah. So that also.
There were so many different episodes where it was like, is this the episode where they get Savannah and Rizzo? And I was like, I don't think so.
Yeah. Yeah. And
I also say Rizzo drove me away from the show. Like I was like,
I came around on him at the end. Originally, he was too much, but
yeah, it took all the way the entire season to be like a Rizzo fan.
We'll see. Yeah.
If he acts like that in real life, I am not a Rizzo fan. But if he's like that just on TV, being like, I'm Riz God, but then in the real life, he's like, don't hurt me. I'm just I'm
just a boy.
Like, and I feel like that's how he is because I've seen some social media clips with him and he does not have that confidence. It's
just the cameras. Okay.
Survivor gameplay only. But Savannah, everyone kind of complained that there were no villains on Survivor. And then Savannah was a villainess, and everybody gave her a lot of shit. And everyone else was like, that's why we don't have villains on Survivor anymore, because you guys are harassing this slight villain who's not even that villainous. And you're just like ruthless to her online. And I enjoyed Savannah. I think she was very unapologetic and owned up to her game and to who she was as a person. And she had some great lines. And those lines, I think, were not on purpose. She had one where she won a challenge and then said it couldn't have happened to a better person, which I just think is so fucking funny to just like have something good happen to you at the expense of other people and be like, it couldn't have happened to a better person. The fact that I am safe tonight, like it happened to the best person here. There's 8 of us, and I know that I'm the best person as a human. Like I love those moments because I still think she doesn't even realize that she said that. But it shows us what she believes about herself, which is so great. Riley, can she do anything on season 50 here? Is this a problem because we saw Russell on Heroes versus Villains? Nobody knew who he was. He seemed harmless enough, and he got all the way to the end because partly because we were unaware of how he played.
So I know Russell famously kind of lied about why he was a villain and took advantage of the fact that nobody had seen him play. I saw recently Coach said that he told people he was completely loyal on his season, and then he got up and tried to hit somebody when he got voted out, and that's what put him on the Villains Tribe, which of course not why he was on the Villains Tribe. He was a villain from beginning to end.
He tried to hit someone? They didn't show that, I assume, right?
That's not what happened. That's what Russell said. That's what Russell was like, oh, this is why I'm on the Villains Tribe. It's because I was so loyal that I almost hit somebody. And it was like,
Russell is so hateable. That's why he's on the Villains Tribe.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, so Savannah, I saw Savannah say that she thinks she just has to be honest about what happened on 49 and not try and, she's like, people are going to
assume. You have to be.
Yeah.
People are not only are people going to assume, people are going to know that she won. You have Rizzo out there probably telling people, like, you can't.
And if he's not, he's an idiot. So he should tell everybody.
Yeah, unless she coordinated something with Rizzo, like in advance almost, then they would have the same story. But why would, Rizzo might not go along with what helps her, even though they were so close on 49.
Yeah.
So it'll be a lot different for her. I also saw they had 10 days between 49 and 50. So, man, such a tight turnaround.
Yeah.
How do you get enough calories in, like in those 10 days to be able to go back on the beach?
I mean, if they last over 39 days total, we can start talking about what extra things they need to do. But right now, they're still just in a regular game of Survivor.
Yeah,
they got a 10-day break to just like chug up on calories.
Honestly, great point. Didn't even think about it. Great point. Yeah. They should have made 39 days. Come on, people.
Yeah, I mean,
or at least put it in the middle somewhere. Be like, this is 30. Old school versus new school. But then they would have had to keep that for the future.
With this many contestants too, we have 24 people and we got to whittle it down in 26 days. How's that even going to work?
Listen, I avoid spoilers. We avoid spoilers here, but I'm hearing triple eliminations sometimes.
It seems like,
and you'd have to.
There has to be multiple eliminations at times for sure. Just it's the only way it's going to work. I wouldn't be surprised if the pre-merge twist is basically only one tribe wins immunity each time, because that's just how you get the math to work.
I was saying, I'm in favor of that. Like, as a fan of the show, and like for them to like blow out 50, I think they should have as many people on the cast to begin with as they can. So I think it's like the way to go, because there's so much excitement around it. Like I hadn't thought about Jenna Lewis in a really long time.
What do you think about her now?
These people are coming out feisty. I feel like the women in particular. I'm like, Jenna is like, my life is awesome, and that's why I'm going to be so great at Survivor. And I'm like, okay, I like this brashness. Yeah. I like that she's changed. I do think it's a big responsibility for her to be the only person from season 1.
Yeah.
And it's just wild. Like it was a long time ago. So I don't know. Like I feel like she will be different. And I do think, like, you know, she's basically doubled in age. Like I think she's like early 40s. Yeah. And so she has lived 100% more life than when she was first on Survivor. And that's like pretty cool. So I'm excited to see her a lot.
Do you think that will make her hungrier or less?
I think she will be a target to go early. I think that I think if she comes out too strong and she's also like, I'm from season 1, people will be like, who cares? I'm from season whatever. Like, just because like that's like a chip, almost becomes like a chip on her shoulder. But I'm excited about it. Question.
Yes.
Is she who Jeff dated?
No, he dated Julie Berry.
Julie Berry. Thank you. I was like, who's the like very older, not like to call them old, but from early on. Got it. Okay.
Julie Berry.
Do you guys talk about Jeff's love life on this podcast that much?
We haven't before, but we can.
We don't need to, but I do always love that he dated Julie Berry. And then, of course, that his niece now dates Austin.
Yes.
Austin and Dee. Yes.
And he married Ricky Schroeder's ex-wife. Is that who Jeff married?
I believe so. Anyway, I love the goings on of Jeff Probst.
Okay. His love life. Yeah.
I knew, and just to be clear, I knew it wasn't Jenna, but I couldn't remember who. It was like someone similar in name and sort of role on the show.
And I know his niece will get memorabilia from Jeff, like buffs that are no longer in production, and she will sell them online for money.
That's cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Weird. She doesn't seem like it should be allowed, but okay.
Does it not seem like it should be allowed? I don't know.
I mean, it's not like illegal, but like it's just like a weird move. Yeah. That's just sort of like,
it doesn't seem fair.
That's like,
because they don't let the survivors keep their buffs like after they're done. So like,
but in that moment in 2008, I could have bought as many of those buffs as I wanted. But now they just don't make them anymore.
Sitting in like a,
and he's got boxes of them in his garage or whatever, and it's just like, take them.
That's pretty weird. That's like if like Steph Curry let his kids like sell like Warriors jerseys that are no longer made or something, and like no one else could have them.
Yeah. Well, maybe I just
I don't know why that was the example I had to choose, but
maybe I'm gonna get in trouble for saying anything. Oh well. Too late now. I said it. And okay. Is Jenna Lewis gonna do anything? I think she is going to have an uphill battle. I would love for her to do something. I would love for her. I think of season 1, when I'm looking at that cast, you have to find somebody who's still physical enough, who's still young enough, who understands the culture of Survivor currently, and can hopefully meld into the mix with the modern day player. And Jenna Lewis is on that short list of people who could do that. And so I think you have to have someone from season 1. I think she's a great choice for season 1.
Yeah.
Can she do that? That is, like you said, Juliet, such like such an ask for her to be able to do that. I would love to see it, but I think she is going to have a early battle. If she can find a group and get in it and lock in and then not overplay, she'll be good.
Yeah, I think overplaying is definitely the biggest risk with her.
Yeah. So good luck, Jenna. We're rooting for you. It's going to be tricky, but our fingers are crossed. All right, all. I have some very exciting news. We all love Survivor. We all love Survivor season 50. And a lot of you know they are giving out live finale tickets for the finale in May. And I am going to give away the golden ticket in Utah this weekend, Saturday. Come out, meet me. I can't tell you where it is, even though I know where it is, but I will be there. So if you want to meet me and have a chance at going to the live finale a few months from now, then stay tuned. I think you can follow, it's on social medias. Survivor 50 Challenge, I think, is the tag everywhere. So that's it. Come meet me. That's the bigger prize. Let's do Christian Hubicki. Good friend of mine.
Is he?
Yeah, he texted me and asked my advice before 50, and he's
What'd you say?
He's having a baby, or he had a baby now, brand new. So he was like, it's tough because in my life, things are going good. My job's going great, this and that. And I said, if they're not paying you extra, then you need to say, is what I'm getting out of this and possibly going home first still worth it to you? If that's the case, then you should definitely go. If it's not, then maybe you need to, think about it longer. But if you're willing to go at the risk of still being voted out first, knowing all the things you're leaving behind, and then having to sit in Ponderosa for that long, then do it. But if not, don't. And he ultimately decided to go. And I think he's happy with his decision. I think I think he did text me and say, thank you for that advice. That really did give me what I needed to think about.
That's awesome.
So, yeah. And I think that's general advice for returning players is you have to think of the worst outcomes. And the worst outcomes are finalists with no votes or getting voted out first.
Right.
And if you can live with either of those two things and still feel like it was positive for you to be there, then go.
Right.
So,
if Mike White hadn't been on, hard pivot, but if Mike White hadn't been on David versus Goliath, would that be like one of the more talked about seasons these days?
I think it is. I think it is one of the more talked about seasons.
I think it is too.
Without Mike White, you don't think it would be as talked about?
Do you think he contributes to it? I don't know. I didn't love David versus Goliath, but it's like it is, I think, very popular.
Who do you think is? I think all Survivor seasons are the same, Juliet. I don't know. I enjoyed it just fine. Mike White's whatever for me. Like on the season, I think people really loved him. I didn't necessarily connect with him, but I didn't hate him. I loved Christian's nerdiness, like when he explained the grid searching idea on the island, and when he
the challenge that went on for like 8 hours
and he talked forever.
Yeah.
And so I think Christian is one of those characters that people have said, when are we going to see him again, for a long time?
We've been waiting on the David versus Goliath cast. Yeah.
I think he can go far for sure. Because also I think he will be like middle of the road at the beginning. Like I feel like he could fit into a lot of alliances. So I think he can go far.
And I don't think he has to change up his style of gameplay much, if at all. He's like one of those guys where people look at him and be like, he's smart, but there's other smart people here. And I don't think anything he did on his season was so outstandingly extreme or notable that people are going to be like, watch out for that guy.
Right.
So I think we're fine seeing a Christian Hubicki 1.0 on season 50. I think that's fine. And I think a lot of these two-time players, that's okay to see.
I think he benefits too from it now having been so long since David versus Goliath. Like, he was such a big star on that season that, you know, if season 40 had not been an all winners season, he probably gets cast on it. I saw in some preseason press, he said that he was in the mix there until they settled on the all winners theme.
Right.
And he would have come in with a huge threat level. It would have been like, oh, this guy's so smart. He's good at all the puzzles. He was such a character or whatever. But now it's been so long that it's like, we're excited to see Christian, but it's not as much front of mind.
Right. Exactly. I agree. Rick Devens.
Kind of same for him too, where it's he benefits from the distance from his season.
For sure.
Do you like both those?
Yeah. I think that I'm glad that there's a couple of these people who are just sort of like, they could go in a lot of directions. I think this is very much what we said about Christian. Like, both of them, I feel like could end up in a lot of different alliances. Like, I don't know who they seem like they should gravitate towards in this initial tribe. And I feel like in some ways, their games are like unknown to me. They're very similar. Like what their game will be, I can't really predict.
Yeah. I kind of feel like Christian will be just the same, similar style. I don't think he has any real glaring mistake that he's going to like overcompensate for to try and fix, which I do believe can be a downfall for a lot of these Survivor players. Is they're like, oh, the mistake I made was this. Now I have to correct it. But they overcorrect by turning on the person they trust most in the moment, because the person they trusted most the last season backstabbed them. So they're like, I just got to get rid of that person before they get me, whatever it is. I think that Christian is not someone who has something like that. And Rick, I don't think either, because he famously just lost at Fire, right? Isn't that how he ended his run last time? So I don't think when you lose in Fire, the only thing you're thinking is, I should learn to make Fire faster. Like, you don't look at your game and be like, oh, I could have done that. It's just like, well, I just didn't make Fire fast as the next guy.
I liked it better when it didn't come down to Fire. I liked it better when just
I agree.
Make someone make a choice. Like, it's just that's the game.
Yeah. Make someone make a choice and make someone be absolutely devastated when they get voted out. Like, that's what we've been watching Survivor for 25 years. Why deviate and soften the blow a little bit? Like, win the challenge. That's your opportunity to win, is the challenge. You don't get a plan B.
I know. It's such a drag. It also feels so counter to the game. And it feels more like other reality shows. Like, all right, well, if you can train for this one thing, you'll always have a chance.
Yeah, all these different hoops to jump through. Yep.
Yeah, it's just such a bummer.
Do you guys think that they're actually going to do Fire for this season, or are they going to change it up?
Ooh.
Was that one of the things we voted on?
That was one of the votes.
Oh, wasn't it?
Wasn't it one of the votes?
I can't remember. It felt like most of the stuff we voted on was so inconsequential.
The colors of the tribes, which
we picked the colors. We picked the immunity necklace.
And then whether or not there were lots of advantages, a live finale, which we now know is going to happen, and fire making. And I really hope we don't see fire making. And then for sure, we will know if we want fire making in 51 and 50. Like, once we see it play without fire making once, I think we can determine if fire making was good. And I think we will determine that it was not.
I agree.
So hopefully we get to see that. Are we going to get the same Rick Devens with the newscaster stuff and his him running around having fun and giggling? Is that, like, I liked that he was having fun with it. I didn't like the newscaster stuff all the time, but I did like that he was enjoying himself.
I think we'll get.
I hope we do get it.
Yeah,
the newscaster stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi, this is Rick Devens coming in live from.
I bet he does it once. I bet he does it once as like a throwback, and then he doesn't do it any further.
I think we need to have him do it and Savannah do it, like both side by side juxtaposition to see who does it better. Because I feel like Savannah did it better on her season.
Yeah, she's a natural.
And they're both from Georgia too. Like do they know each other?
You think that Rick isn't working anymore because Savannah took his job?
That's what I heard.
Well, she's from Atlanta and he's from Macon. So.
Okay.
During one of the interviews, Rick did mention Savannah and how he was like, she must be a cutthroat player because of the industry that, you know, she's in, and which is basically reading her to a T. So I'm intrigued to see if he goes up to her and tries to make an alliance.
Because he didn't see her season. So how does he know what industry she's in?
It's you can get the like preseason stuff though from 49, right?
Oh yeah, that's true. Okay, so I would have not had the foresight as Rick Devens to look at everyone's profession from season 49 just in case. So, yeah, that's interesting. Same profession. Will they bond or will they butt heads? Is he one of the ones that bullied her at work? I doubt it. No, I don't want to even put that out there for people. But yeah. Okay, let's do Emily Flippen.
Yeah.
I said multiple seasons ago when she was on and the people were asking about her return, and she had talked so strongly about Survivor changed her so much that she was maybe even willing to now get married, which was a thing she never wanted to do. And I said, once you say that on TV, if you come back and are not married, you're fucked. Like, you have to then get married. If you want to play Survivor again and not have the audience hate you, you have to do the thing that you said Survivor was the catalyst for you even considering. And she did get married. And
she did?
Yeah.
Great.
She did. Yeah. Which she didn't immediately. So I was like, oh. And then when she was announced on 50, I was like, I better look and see if she got married. So she did get married, which I think strategically for the fan base to love you. Smart move. Well played, Emily.
That's really funny.
Yeah. Can you imagine she shows up, she's not married after, and then she's like, and then I realized that I didn't want to get married. And everybody's like, boo. Yeah.
I'm happy that it changed her life and like made her realize that she wants to have like a certain kind of human connection. I kind of find it depressing that like the thing she felt like she needed to change was like her desire to get married.
Yeah.
But, you know, whatever. That's fine.
She had a boyfriend and she was just like, we're just going to be boyfriend, girlfriend forever.
Right.
And then she was like, maybe I could get married. So,
okay.
Yeah.
I'm happy for her. That's very nice.
Yeah.
I hope that she plays differently. I just feel like the explication that she did over and over again. Over.
You don't want to see that same cycle where she's like,
no,
I'm changed. Now I know how to interact. And then be like, no, I don't.
But like even in real time of like making decisions, like talking out her decision making, like it got grating. I did like her and everything, but I also feel like the show like pigeonholed her into that speaking like voice essentially. Like she became a narrator in that way. So I hope that she's given the flexibility to like be a little bit different, and then we get to hear like a different like modality from her essentially.
Does she have that within her?
I don't know. She's married now. She might. Who knows?
She's a totally different person.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
That's my hope for her.
I would like to see her totally different too. The cycle of her like being like, I learned how to interact with people, and then have somebody be like, hey, you did that wrong. You were so grating. And she's like, oh shoot. Yeah, I guess I didn't learn. And then like that cycle of like learning how to like be under the radar, but then not being able to then like over and over again. I want her to just like have learned for the last time that she can play under the radar and continually do that. Because she was always like, if I have a problem, I'm just going to say it and who cares? And it's like, that's fine for real life if you're right. But in Survivor,
I think it'd be kind of great if she comes into this season and is like, you know, I'm going to play under the radar and not do all of that direct, like calling people out that I did. And then she just like can't help herself and does it anyways.
Well, that's what she did last time. She couldn't help herself. She's like, Caleb told me I'm playing wrong. So now I'm learning. And then it's like, oh, I didn't learn. Yeah.
A question for you guys.
Yes.
And this will take us to Joe. Do you think they're hoping for Joe and Emily to have a similar alliance as Joe and Eva?
Ooh.
I mean, they loved that Joe and Eva alliance. I think they thought they were going to win an Emmy for that casting.
They loved it so much that Jeff said his 2 favorite players from Survivor are Joe and Eva.
That's so outrageous.
And they love it so much that CBS is constantly cramming Joe in our faces all over social media to a lukewarm response at best.
It's my recollection that Joe spoke very little.
Yes.
I think that Joe...
Not strategically. He was pigeonholed into protecting Eva. Like, at that point, you can't not, like, if you have any ounce of self-awareness, you have to be like, well, this is my legacy, is to now protect Eva at whatever expense it's going to cost me.
Right.
Do you think he learned his lesson, though? Because he was really about honesty and integrity and people not lying and people not backstabbing. Do you think he's learned his lesson that that's kind of the game for some people to...
Well, he got to the end, right?
He did get to the end, but then...
So I think for him, he's just going to be like, well, I just need to be better at the final tribal council.
Ah, okay.
Like, I think if you make final tribal council, you're either, and didn't win, you're either thinking 2 things. You're either thinking, I need to play the final tribal council different, or I just need to make sure I'm there with people I can beat. So if he's thinking, I just need a better final tribal council, he's not going to change it at all. If he's thinking, I need to be there with people I can beat, he's thinking, okay, how did I lose to commit to Kyle? And can I get rid of that person before the end? Should I target him early? Like, I don't know what his thoughts will be there, but that's what I think. I still think he's going to play with honesty and integrity, and he's going to try and find those people that are going to play with honesty and integrity, which everybody's going to say they are to Joe. If Joe's like, I want an honest game, it's like, yeah, that's what I've been trying to do for 20 years, dude. Like the coaches, he's gonna gravitate to the coaches and the Jonathans and the...
If he and Colby get on the same tribe.
Colby. And let's see, are there any females on there that really want that? Maybe Stephanie seems like she could be like an honesty, integrity,
really? I think she's gonna be like cutthroat.
Maybe she could be. She could go either way.
I think Joe is the most 1.0 Survivor player on this season, which is crazy because he played 2 seasons ago. But like, even more than Ozzy that we were saying earlier, Joe is like a 1.0 Survivor guy.
Yeah.
So I think the idea of the fire captain in reality TV is like actually very specific, and maybe it's just true to the role, but like there was recently a woman fire captain on the Golden Bachelor. And I think there's something inherent to like choosing that occupation and like, you know, being responsible for saving lives and saving property, that like he probably is incapable of playing any other way but one that he sees as like full of integrity. Because I feel like that is part of his job. And like to be a firefighter and to like rise in their ranks, like you have to take your role within your community and your responsibility for other people so seriously, and like to all of our benefit, that I don't know. I don't think he can play differently. And so I think in a way I agree with you, Riley. He's like very 1.0, but it's like it has almost nothing to do with like the game. It's just like who he is.
Yep.
So you think it's who he is. You don't think that he feels pressure to play with honor and integrity because the people he oversees at his job would be like, whoa, bro, you can't like go on TV and lie and scheme. Like we're relying on, like, is there something to that as well, where he's like feeling outside pressures to have to play with loyalty and integrity and honor?
I'm thinking about Jeremy right now, also a firefighter.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's like kind of similar for him too. Like he plays the game in a way. He's, I think, more strategic than Joe, for sure.
Yeah.
And also much more charismatic, in my opinion.
Right.
But I think it's kind of similar. He like plays above board. He says what he thinks. He's like a straight shooter. I think he like knows when to hold back, so he doesn't like lie, but he's not like as forthright.
Right.
I do think it's somewhat inherent to like how you live your life if you're a firefighter.
Yeah. And I do think that if he can connect with all these people that are honorable and trustworthy and want to play that game, then I think he's going to be okay, unless you get one of those people in that group that has decided they are going to lie and scheme and backstab. And then that's going to be a real problem for the integrity bunch.
I think, to your point earlier, Tyson, this tribe is stacked for Joe to be able to find a myriad different alliances and make it fairly far, because he's not with
Who's he working with on this tribe here?
I don't know, but it could be anyone. And there's not really someone on this team who's like,
I think Joe is the type of person Cirie eats alive. So like they'll work together, but then eventually.
Yeah, maybe she'll use him and like go far. Yeah. She should. Yeah.
And to your point, I think you're right. If I'm on this tribe and Joe comes to me, he's like, I want an honest game. I'm like, that's what I want. Here, get under this wing. Get under this wing right here. And let's do it together.
Exactly.
Like that's, I'm taking full advantage of him. It's just if you believe him. Like, do I believe that he's really going to be honest and filled with integrity? And if that's the case, I have to utilize that.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, he can work with anybody on there because everyone's willing to take someone who is either honest or can at least
and he's very good at the challenges, so he'll be useful at the beginning.
Yeah. So who from this tribe can win the whole thing? Who's your winner pick out of just this tribe? Like, who's going the furthest from this group?
I'm going to go with Emily.
Okay. I like the Emily choice. I think as long as she can not butt heads with people over and over and over again, she'll be fine.
I think that she will have learned her lesson, and I think that she'll be able to like split the difference between like playing hard in the new era and understanding the cast of characters. I also expect Cirie to go far, but I do not think she will win. I really hope she does, though. I really, really hope she does.
Yeah. Okay. Ashleigh, who's going furthest?
I'm going between Jenna Lewis and Emily. I think Jenna, just because no one's really gonna pay attention to her too much if she doesn't overplay immediately. Like, I know that she's been prepping and everything, and she's been doing all this stuff, but I hope she's not prepping for older Survivor and more prepping for new Survivor, where you kind of have to like just be agreeable with the group and just vibe and just have fun for a little bit and then do really good in the challenges later on. So if she really did prep properly, then she should be able to make the merge and then play through each challenge and win a few and be like, oh, well, who is this lady? So I'm going to say Jenna.
Okay. Riley?
It's tough. I feel like there's a difference between going far and like having win equity in the game, because there's some people here where I'm like, well, I can see them going far, but they might be DOA at the end, like Joe, who we just talked about. It's easy for me to see him sticking around for a long time. It's hard for me to see him getting to a final three that he actually wins.
Yeah. Well, who is anybody here getting to the final three?
Well, I'm going to interpret your question more as like win equity and who would have the best chance if they got there to win. Also considering like if they had a path, then I'm going to go with Christian. I just feel like he's really smart, really good at a lot of the challenges once you get to like the individual stage and it's puzzles and things like that. And that distance that we talked about between season David versus Goliath and now, how many years that's been? It's like 8 years or something.
Yeah.
I think that benefits him greatly. So
that's a good one.
Yeah.
And I would just love to see it too. I love Christian. I've been waiting for this for so long.
So you're putting it out there. You're trying to manifest it.
Yes.
It's already in the can.
Yeah, it's already happened, but maybe we can manifest anyways.
Unless we're jumping planes of existence, then maybe who knows what happens on other planes. Maybe we can, maybe everyone wins on a different. My answer is the same as yours, Riley. Christian was going to be my pick there. I think it's been enough time that his threat level has diminished significantly to what it was a few seasons after David versus Goliath. And I don't think a lot of people really be looking at him as a huge threat because of that. And this new era with all the puzzles and all those types of challenges play into his strengths even more. And then honorable mention for me in that same capacity, I think Cirie, I think people are just going to let her skate because she's not threatening.
Crazy. It's the biggest misconception in reality television. It's crazy.
I don't think
she
she's
literally
getting to the
just
end.
won the Traders recently.
I don't think she's
still
getting
think she's
to the
going
end.
far.
Do you think she's the most popular Survivor player
of all time?
I guess who's the most? I guess Boston
Rob,
Rob.
yeah.
Who's the most beloved player?
Beloved, maybe
woman.
Beloved woman. It could be, but Cirie also has her haters.
Okay.
For sure, she has her haters. It's like when I'm looking at beloved, I'm looking at people who don't get a lot of negative, like she's just comes off the couch and she didn't but she maybe gets so much love that it's even more than the next person. So Cirie is definitely up there.
What other woman's in the conversation?
Well, it could be I guess Parvati and Sandra are a bit more polarizing. I love
polarizing.
both of them, but
me too. Sandra, it's definitely not Sandra. I feel like Sandra, I respect a lot. And I think a lot of people respect her, and 2-time winner. But I don't think she's beloved. I think people would hold a sign up for Cirie if she was running the marathon. They'd want to support her on the sidelines.
I think Parvati is absolutely beloved, except that then she also has a big contingent of haters. So it's just a lot of strong feelings in both directions with her.
That's the thing about women get screwed in this game. I think it's harder to be a woman who wins and that's one of the reasons Rachel was so impressive. And I recommend season 47 is because you could really root for her.
Yeah.
And then she did so well in the challenges. It kind of came on late. I think that her win is one of the most impressive wins in Survivor, in my opinion.
And I've spoken with a lot of the new era players. We've had a lot of them on here. I think as a person, she's one of my favorites from the new era, just on a personal level. She
seems normy. She just seems like a regular person who was awesome at Survivor.
Yeah.
It's great.
And she's clever and smart. And she's a full package. I'm kind of surprised we aren't seeing her here on 50 because of that. But I do think Cirie has it in her to make a deep run. I think she's disarming enough, but I have a very hard time seeing her getting all the way to the end unless someone makes a huge, huge mistake. I think, and if I'm there and Cirie's pledging her allegiance to me, and I'm not hearing from other people that Cirie's pledging her allegiance to them, I'm keeping Cirie as long as, I'll keep her all the way to fire making because she's not going to win in fire. So let's go.
Are we sure she's not going to win in fire? Or she's been practicing?
She didn't say she's been practicing at all.
Well, of course she's not going to say it.
Well, the players know if there is fire at the end. Are the rule changes going to be revealed?
I think it's,
I hope not.
I think it's revealed on the moment.
Yep.
Okay, good. Yeah. That's better.
I think they're going to have, here's what my prediction. I know nothing of this moment. They're going to have the fire station set up. Everyone's going to roll in. They're going to give them fire making equipment. And then they're going to be like, nope, you're voting someone out. Something like that. Or maybe
I hope so. Bring it on. Let's get cutthroat for Survivor 50.
Or maybe they'll deliver just the practice utensils and then right there, they'll just be like, here they are. And then be like, just kidding. You guys are voting someone out tonight. Something. They'll do something where it kind of springs it on them, but give them time to still discuss. So, who's getting voted out first before we go? Let's
from this tribe.
From this tribe.
I feel like my gut is either Savannah or Jenna.
I think it's Jenna.
I'd hate if it's Jenna. And then Savannah just has the
the
fear of the unknown. Yeah. It'd be hard for me to keep her around if I was on this tribe.
Juliet?
I'm going with Jenna, but I think Riley makes a really good point. Why would any of these people want to keep Savannah around? They don't they can get a read on everyone else, but not on her. But I still think season 1, chip on your shoulder gets you knocked out.
Yeah.
Which sucks. They shouldn't do that. I want
know.
to see someone from season 1 do well.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. I have high hopes for Jenna. I can see that. It's especially with so much time passed, you're like, this is my last or my only shot to do this. And then you totally overplay.
Yeah.
Could be. But I also agree, Savannah, if I'm there on that tribe and I'm looking at people and you have to just come up with a reason immediately to vote someone out, I'm targeting Savannah because I don't know her. I'm like, I don't know who she is. I don't know what she did, but she did something. She's here. She did something and we don't know what it is. And so we got to get rid of her. Juliet, thank you so much. Again, people can listen to you all across the ringer.
Check out Bachelor Party. Probably most overlap right there.
Is it?
Check it out.
Yeah, with Traders. I see your
and
Traders
on reality TV.
and reality TV. So
yeah.
And before we go, this is unrelated to Survivor question for Juliet.
Okay.
Colton on the Traders. Thoughts?
I am not a Colton fan in general.
Okay.
Yes, he stalked his ex-fiance.
Yeah.
But also his personality is grating.
Yeah.
I think that Colton thought he would cruise to image rehabilitation on this season, and it is not panning out that way.
Okay.
I now think he is in a very good position to go far, either because he'll be plucked to be a traitor by his friend Rob, or because he has proven himself to clearly be a faithful and how he was able to get Lisa out last week. Spoiler, I guess. But Colton is not my jam. I am rooting for Natalie Anderson of Survivor fame to win this show. I do not think she will, but I love watching Natalie play games. I love watching Natalie excel. She has a sixth sense, a preternatural feel for these kinds of games. And she is playing really well with almost like no advantages or like clear alliances. Her costume, her wardrobe is horrific. So I hope I hope someone helps her with that in the future.
But it shows her arms off every time.
Yeah. But I love Natalie. I'm really rooting for her. I don't think she'll win.
Yeah. Why does Colton talk about football so much? Like it's such a, do you think that he's like, people are going to think this is awesome? Because if you were to tell me about football over and over again, I'd be like, football's not even really that hard. You throw the thing and run around and then clunk heads and like
well, I think being a football.
Was he in the NFL?
Yes, he was actually. I think being a football coach is very hard. I feel like you need to know a lot. I don't know. I feel like Riley is best suited to weigh in on this. Why does Colton talk about football? I think Colton has a slew of inferiority complexes, and I think that part of overcoming them is being like, well, I played football. I was in the NFL.
Yeah. Okay.
Did he? Colton, he wasn't really in the NFL. He was like practice squad.
Yeah.
Get him, Riley.
Yeah. I bet I could get
more closer to the NFL than I ever was, but
The Bachelor does excel in like a practice squad member.
Yeah.
Colton is just really not likable, and I think Colton is really easily shaken. Like until he had this restraining order against him from Cassie. I think he was best known for the time he fled being on the set and he jumped over this fence, and I just think that he is easily thrown off his mark. I will say to his credit, it seems like that has changed. He has been very focused on his game and whatever. But I think socially, he seems impressionable to me. And I think that's one of the reasons why he's so unlikable on the show.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I agree with those statements. I just I saw his wardrobe from the last time, and I know that kind of the backlash he's been getting and the traders in general been getting. So I thought, anyways, we've wasted so much time on the traders here. People,
it's not a waste.
They don't.
I think there's a lot of backlash to the season, but maybe that's just on Reddit. I don't know. I like it. It's a great show.
I think people are watching it. I think they just are having fun shitting on Colton and Michael earlier.
Well, Michael is horrific.
He was horrific. That was
he was horrible to watch. I watch Housewives, so I've loved seeing this rehabilitation of Lisa, and I thought she was really fun. I've always been a Candace supporter. I think her social media behavior is pretty bad, and we love Rob from Love Island too. So it's just a lot of people to celebrate amidst the Colton slander.
Okay. All right. Well, we will celebrate instead of focusing on the negative. So let's celebrate all those people. Juliet, thank you so much for your time and your energy and your insight. Thank you all for tuning in. This is just the tip of the iceberg for season 50. We'll be back next week, and all the way through till the end of this thing. We're so excited to be back. Until next week, see ya.